North Dakota State is officially FBS bound. What a great move from the program. I love it. They're going to join the Mountain West. And to be real with y'all, the Mountain West is a pretty damn good conference. The last few years, they've been in the college football playoff. No, they weren't this past year. It was the American Conference with obviously Tulane in the Sun Belt Conference. But when you look at the group of six structure and all of the teams that they have, usually it's the Mountain West Conference coming in. Just a few years ago, it was Boise State and Ashton-Jeanty who was in the CFP playoff. And when you look at all these teams, like, it's a great conference to compete in. You have UNLV, New Mexico, San Diego State, Boise State, who we just talked about, Fresno State, Hawaii, Utah State, Air Force, Wyoming, Nevada, San Jose State, and finally Colorado State. So like I said, this is really good for them. But let's break this deal down in even more detail. All right, so this is via College Football Kings. This is what it entails. They're going to pay approximately $17 million, $12 million to the Mountain West Conference, $5 million to the NCAA for the FCS to FBS transfer fee. That is obviously some good coin. But we know North Dakota State has been one of the best D1 FCS programs really in history, and they constantly produce guys. First off, that's going to help them out a lot in terms of getting money into the program and having kids commit to their program, especially being in the Mountain West and it being FBS bound. Now you have a model where you can show, hey, if we can compete on the FCS at a high level, we should be able to compete in the FBS at a high level. FCS is Football Championship Series. FBS is football bowl series. So we know how it gets down. We know how it obviously goes. So yeah, man, it's a lot of money, but I think it's a great investment if you North Dakota State and you want to challenge yourself, right? You're not going to be playing the Mercers and those standout teams anymore. You're going to be playing the creme de la creme, man. It's going to be interesting to see what schedule they're able to put together. And if they're able to schedule, I know obviously, they already be having those things out. Can they schedule a couple of, obviously Power 4 opponents? That'll be interesting to continue to watch going forward as well. But if it's not this year, definitely in the coming years. And like I said, we don't always see moves like this, y'all. These are, very rare to say the least, because it's like you see how big the obviously fee is. You got to pay the conference and you have to pay the NCAA. But nah, man, I'm happy, man. This is a team that's religiously won a whole bunch of FCS championships. They produce great quarterbacks that have come through, obviously, their program. When you look at, obviously, all the good quarterbacks, I think it was Trey Lance, Carson Wentz, I'm pretty sure. They produce NFL-level quarterbacks, obviously, in their program. So now they're just on a bigger stage, a bigger platform, and the potential to still, I know with all the changes in the college football playoff, they could potentially make that if they have a standout year. So this will be a year I'm definitely going to try to follow a little bit of North Dakota State in addition to the 5 to 6 programs I'm going to cover very heavily in terms of just programs I can't wait to watch. And obviously any big national news. So yeah, y'all, this is obviously a big step, big move up for them. But we also have Sacramento State, who's also looking to obviously get into a conference. We'll see what they do there. We know they have a lot of moolah and coin. But nonetheless, man, great move up. Can't wait to see the Mountain West Conference. Hopefully we get a team or two coming out of that conference that can get into the CFP playoff. And like I said, I think at this point, man, we need to continue to do expansion. I know everybody's for it. I mean, not for it and against it, but we need to continue to expand, man, the CFP playoff, man, and make it fun, make it where different teams can get in. Not nothing crazy, y'all. Like, we had 12 now. Maybe, get it to 16, 24, or 20 potentially. I think that'd be really cool, man. But comment down below your thoughts on North Dakota State joining this conference.